Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco, and today's new comic book day. I got, I guess a healthy stack of comics here. Nothing super crazy, but some cool stuff to go through. Notably, no indies or DC this week. The entire stack is Marvel. I always count Star Wars as a little different, but it is technically under Marvel. But a little bit of Star Wars, and everything else is Marvel books. So let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off here with Moon Knight number 20. So this is the cover A here. And I was a little curious because I noticed it was a $4.99 issue, and I'm like, that's a little weird. Most Moon Knight issues are $3.99. I don't know if because it was issue 20, and they like to make some of the bigger numbers, bigger deals or whatever. If you the first thing I noticed when I opened it up, it does have an additional story in here. So it has the main story by Jed MacKay, and then an additional story by Danny Lore, which is someone that I'll be mentioning here later on in a little bit. And it's the additional story is a little Blade story at the end. And so I don't know if it was just... It's hard to say right now if it's fluff or not, because it does tie into the main story. But I don't know. I'll be curious to see what comes of it and how it all works out. But as usual, Moon Knight's always awesome. The additional story at the end is interesting. I don't think it's as good as the main story, and it's definitely... I'm going to butcher his name, but the guy that does the art... Capuccio, I don't know if that's right, it's probably wrong, but the guy that does like the art for like the main stuff is just so good. If you haven't checked him out on Instagram or something, go check out his work, because he'll always post like his black and whites, and he's like one of few people that I'm like, I might like his stuff better in black and white. It just works so well, and like especially I feel like he's another artist that really gets Moon Knight, and you have certain artists that like really zero in on a character, and I think he's doing a fantastic job. The whole run's art has been incredible, and has really helped. I mean, Jed MacKay obviously writing is amazing, but then his art has been incredible. I forgot to mention new. Marvel preview book, the new DC preview book as well. I never really glanced through it. I don't really like the way DC like previews a lot of their stuff, because like Marvel has like these big, huge like preview pages, and I love looking at the covers and stuff. And then like DC has a lot of like itty bitty ones and stuff, especially like Poison Ivy. I always want to see the Poison Ivy covers, and they're like microscopic. It always irritates me. But some cool stuff in here, and I'll probably go over it more in stream tonight. Which, by the way, stream tonight 8 p.m. I think we're gonna be playing some game. I honestly don't even know what we're doing, but we're gonna be hanging out doing some stuff. Also picked up the B variant here, which is the Planets of the Ape variant for Moon Knight number 20. Pretty cool. I'm not sure who the artist on that one is, but a pretty cool cover. And then the C cover as well. Same deal. We pretty much always pick up any Moon Knight cover as long as it's like, pretty good looking. Sometimes there's some that are like, no, it doesn't look super great. And then the kind of stranger one, it makes a bit more sense knowing there's a Blade story at the end there. But the Black History Month Blade cover, which I was like, why in the world are they giving Moon Knight a Black History Month cover to put Blade on there? And especially strange, let me change the order on some of my books here, considering... Where's it at? That Bloodline is out. I don't know too much about this character, other than it's the daughter of Blood. I don't think there's been much of anything with this character. I think Bloodline was introduced in a free comic book day thing, and I think this is their first appearance outside of that, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, but yeah, like, this is the daughter of Blade, and, I don't know, why would you not give the Black History Month Blade cover to a Blade-related book? Seems weird to me. There was another one I think in the preview book that was like, why though? But anyway, so I picked up the Ryan Stegman cover. Super super sweet cover. I think that is a gorgeous, awesome, very cool cover. Um, Love the big red background too, nice and simple, you know. Pretty interesting. So a little slow in the terms of typical. Well, it has a lot of things. Like I said, I don't think this character's been used really at all. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, you know. But so I mean, even if not, like you still have to introduce this character. Most people aren't going to know who she is, but so you know, you're setting up the character and giving the character a bit of an origin and all that. So you know, there's not a ton that you know, no crazy action. I mean, there is some action in here. Um, but regardless, I do think it's an interesting start. You know, I don't want to say anything. It's not anything super positive, anything super negative. Other than this cover is super positive. I do think this could be the makings of a really cool character, and I'm excited to continue reading the series. But you know, it has the issue that a lot of first issues of any series does, and it's setting up a character, setting up the story, setting up a bunch of things. But at least you know with questions and stuff that I am very curious to see the answers to. So and I did want to mention I didn't notice this at first, but this is written by Danny Lore, which was also the person who wrote the Blade story in Moon Knight. So maybe I could see that either just being like, hey, I'm doing Blade stuff, let me write a Blade story. And we also, again, I feel like sometimes they're like, we just need to throw an extra thing in here, it's the 20th issue, we want to make it more expensive. So it could be that, or I don't know, it really just depends to see if that story comes back, because it didn't really have anything to do with what's currently like the main problem, you know, in the Moon Knight series. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, could just been a little, and it was a fun story. It was fine. But I just don't. It's one of those things. Like I don't know if it connects or anything, or maybe it'll somehow connect to this or something. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, definitely interesting. I think you know as the series keeps going on, it could be could really pick up. Then we have Demon Wars Down in Flames. And you know what, to be honest, I don't know what part this is in the Demon Wars. Is this part 3? I can't remember. Anyway, this is it's at least part 2, I know that much, but I think it might be part 3. But anyway, always fun to get a peek into Momoko's reimagined world. And it was a pretty solid issue. Again, just a bunch of gorgeous art to look through, and some cool kind of weird. I like Peach Momoko when she gets into like weird stuff, and she definitely had a little bit of that in here, which was super fun. But it picked up the A cover, picked up another cover. This is the Guruhiru. Wow, I butchered the name. Guruhiru, I think Guruhiru. This is the same artist that does, or that was going to. It's kind of hard to say. So, the upcoming Jeff the Landshark comic is also drawn by this artist. It is upcoming, but technically it's been done for a while because it was an online comic at first. So that's why I was like, but then I was like, and then I was like, I don't know. Anyway, so pretty sweet cover. Really like that one a lot. Really solid artist that I'm not super familiar with other than that work. I think I have seen some other stuff. And they did some Jeff the Landshark variants a little while back as well. And then this is the Panosian, another name that I'm probably screwing up, variant, which is pretty sweet looking. Like that one a lot. And then, like I said, I'm all in for all Momoko's Demon whatever, it's Demon Days, now Demon Wars. I don't know if there's going to be something after this. Demon... No, I can't think of anything witty or anything cool. Just nothing came to mind. But anyway, after that, we do have Scarlet Witch number 2, which this is the Via cover, the CF Via. Pretty sweet little. This is part of the, what do they call it? The just the Pym particles variant. Yeah. So just Scarlet Witch shrunk down. This series I'm a little iffy on. This issue was definitely better than the first one, but there's just something about it that seems slow to me. I enjoy the art. The covers are all awesome. I don't know. I don't. It's just one of the things I don't know if I want to keep reading this. Like, it just doesn't really pull me in all that much. It kind of seems like it's almost a monster of the week, or villain of the week type comic. I don't know. It's just okay. Like, it's not offensively bad to make me be like, oh, I don't want to read this for sure. It's just also not very intriguing necessarily. So I don't know. I may continue. I think it really just depends. Like next time when the next issue comes out, if there's a sweet cover that I want to pick up, and if I have a bunch of other books that week, or maybe I don't have that many books that week, and I'm like, screw it, I might as well read it. Or if there's a bunch of books and I'm like, I'm just gonna not read it this time. But anyway, then starting off with a new series, we have Silver Surfer Ghostlight, issue number 1. We picked up the Planets of the Ape variant, which is a pretty fun one. We don't really care about the Planets of the Ape variants, but sometimes it's just a cool looking variant. This is kind of fun, it's just like, was that a bear? But if you're looking for, at least in the first issue, a series that has a lot of Silver Surfer in it, this may not be for you. He really doesn't show up until like the very end. I think he's maybe in 2 pages, maybe even just 2 panels. But that being said, it does seem like he will definitely be in it more. So it introduces, I think, some new characters, ones I'm not familiar with, and is setting up, I believe, just from looking at future covers, setting up maybe a new villain. Again, maybe it's a character from some other thing, but I'm not familiar with them. But yeah, it was fine. That's really all I have for it. I wasn't in love with it. It wasn't like reading, I don't know, Silver Surfer Black, for example, which was a super fun read. Actually, probably a little less fun than reading Silver Surfer Rebirth as well. But that being said, it's one of those that, like, again, setting up characters and doing stuff. I'll see how it is on the second issue. I do think the art is pretty cool. Not like super crazy amazing, but I think it's neat enough. Here's one of one of the Silver Surfer's appearances, but like that's pretty sweet looking. I think I like that a lot. So I'll definitely try the second issue at least, at the bare minimum. I'll give that a shot, and if that keeps me, or not keeps me, but if that it just bores me, then I might not go with it. We have Captain America number 9, Sentinel of Liberty. I believe this is the A cover here. A series that Chris, I don't think, is caught up on at all, but maybe gonna read it one day. Who knows? Avengers 65. Yeah, okay cover, I guess. So there's 65. I do believe this. Chris fell asleep, so showing off his books anyway. And then we have Venom number 16. This is, who did this? Cocolo? I don't know. Another name I'm probably messing up. But a pretty fun, another Pym particle variant, where Venom shrunk down and decided, this is my pizza. That'd be that's a rat. That's not a mouse or anything. That is a big old rat. And yeah, so nothing super exciting on the top here, but yeah, Venom decided he is fighting for that pizza. And then that's it for the Marvel. And then we have some Star Wars stuff. We have Han Solo and Chewbacca number 9, which I am dreadfully behind on the Han Solo series. I think I maybe only read up to like issue 3. I was having fun with it, but just one of those things, you fall off and you get distracted and whatever. And then we have a new Star Wars series, Starros #1. And I was going to ask Chris, because I think he may have read this already, but I was going to ask him what he thought about it before I started reading it, because I don't know anything about this character, and I was just going to ask basically if it was worth reading, if it seemed interesting enough, because I don't know anything about this character. I don't know. Let's see. Who's writing it? It is written by Justina Ireland. Okay, interesting name. But anyway, that is what I have for this week. So I still haven't put out my 25 comic submission video. I will be doing that very, very soon. If not tomorrow, then it will be coming out Friday. I was waiting on some comics to come in the mail that were supposed to be in last Friday. I got a shipping notification from eBay. Good news, your package will be arriving early. And yeah, it finally came in today. So even though it's sat in my city, it was just chilling here for a few days. I don't know. They finally decided, I guess we'll give it to them. But anyway, so that video, it's like I said, it came in today, so I don't really have time to make that video and this video today. So that'll be coming out in the next couple of days. I will also be on Rob Fettstack's channel for Only Slabs, him and Chris the Comic Vet's weekly show. I'm super excited for that. I'm going to be showing off 30 slabs from my collection. As you can see, I have a lot of them. If you didn't get a chance, I put out an extra video this week. I put out a video, well actually 2, didn't I? Because I did, well no, one was Sunday. Yeah, no, that was a Sunday video. Anyway, I put out a video for me unboxing a hot toy right there of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider. It was super, super fun to open him up, and he's really, really rad. So yeah, definitely check that out if you didn't notice that maybe, maybe if you weren't expecting me to put out a video, because I'm usually pretty set to put out Wednesday, Friday, Sundays. But I put a bonus video out that was Monday. So if you missed that one, go back and check that one out because it was pretty cool. I'm trying to think. I will be having a trailer. I'm deep into post-production on my next short film. I will be having a trailer drop on Friday. So if I do my 25 comic submission video on Friday, for example, it will be airing before that. So it'll be like an ad before like in the video, you know what I mean? So I'm very excited to be showing that off. My good friend Echo put it together for me, and I'm very excited to show everybody. Still have a lot of work to do on the short film. This one is definitely a ton more work than the first one. But I think it's going to be super cool, and I'm really hoping everyone's going to enjoy it as much as they did the first one. And this one really starts to build upon the story some more. The first one, was, just a bit of good fun, and Moon Knight versus Werewolf by Night. But this one builds more into the story, and you also get some more action and stuff as well with it. But I think that's all the news I have for you today. Also, in that 25 comic submission, I will be showing off at least 2 new comics that I haven't shown off before on the channel. The one that I was waiting for in the mail, and I think one more. I can't remember. Now I have to go back and look at them and be like, did I show this off in a video already? I can't remember. But yeah, I was holding off some stuff to show in that video. So that'll be fun. I'm just trying to make sure I haven't left anything, but I do think that is everything. I need to start writing down notes. That'll be better for me. I'd tell myself, I'll be fine, I'll remember it, and then I get to the end of the video or whenever, and then I'm just like, what was I supposed to say? But anyway, that's all I have for you today, even though that is a ton of stuff coming up. But yeah, I need to get back to editing the short film some more. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.